up, y'all? Brewsky Brothers here today, and today we're talking about the collaboration beer we did with Swamp Cabbage Brewing Company here in Columbia, South Carolina. It was a Belgian-style White IPA. It was a 6.2%. We're actually drinking on it right now, and we use over 1,000 pounds of grain. We use wheat, white wheat, and oat flakes. We use a Belgian triple yeast, which you'll see a little bit more about that later. Nick will tell you about pretty much we started with the milling process.
Yeah, with the milling, of course, we put our grains in the miller, and then we sent them on the way up to our mash tun. So this process right here, you'll see, is the grains, once they were milled, heading up into the mash tun.
So it's like belt feeded up, I guess. It's a pretty cool process. Once we got the mash to the temperature we needed it at and got all the flavor, because essentially this part of the process, most of you brewers and beer fans know, is where you get a lot of the initial flavor of the beer, just the main characteristics. And after that, we obviously transferred over to the brew kettle, which is where the brewing process comes.
That's where we start our boil.
And that's where you actually start your boil. And we actually sparge the beer, which is basically just running water through the grains to get it over.
Sugar and everything.
Right, to get it over to the brew kettle. In the brew kettle, we actually, that's where you add the hops. We used Citra, Cascade, and Warrior. Warrior was our bittering hop.
Right, Warrior we put in at the full 60. Of course, it's like he said, it was our bittering hop, so it's going to be our strongest. So we wanted to kind of let that run for the full cycle.
Right, and then 30 minutes,
30
Citra
minutes
and Cascade.
For the next ones, and then again at the last 15 minutes, we threw in some more Citra and Cascade.
And even the last 5 minutes, we did 2 more pounds of Citra hops. And in that last 5 minutes, we also is where we added the coriander.
Yep, and orange peel.
And orange peel, which that really helped give it that Belgian white wheat, flavor in there for sure. And that really, I think, brings out the sweetness up front.
Yep.
And then obviously all the hops that you see us pouring in definitely add to that.
All right, as you can see here, like we'd already talked about, there's the coriander seed that we went ahead and used for this brewing process. The next thing after that is you'll see us pouring it into the hopper bag. They call it a hopper bag, but you could really use it as a bag for anything like this. You can put your orange peel in it like we did, and your coriander. That way, it's not a mess when you go ahead and drop it.
It's like you steep it like a tea bag.
Exactly.
Pretty much. And what's cool with the coriander seeds, we actually had to hand break them, and we actually ended up getting, I forgot, it was like a hammer or something, kind of crush them, because you bust them, you really get more of the flavor out of it. So then you see us dropping the bag, like we were saying, pretty much you steep it. Steep it like tea.
Yeah, we let it hang on there.
Let that thing hang. And it's crazy, 5 minutes, and I honestly was kind of apprehensive.
Yeah, you didn't think it was long enough.
I'm like, 5 minutes, that's it. That didn't sound like
made a
much.
Huge difference.
It really did. And then when we were done boiling, next step is transfer.
We had to transfer it over to the fermenter. So next thing is we transfer it over to the fermenter. Make sure we pump everything. Of course, it's got to go through what you'll see on here, a chiller.
Yeah, chiller.
It's cool. It's for us right now. It's cool enough in the season that we're able to use regular water to cool it. So we had to cool it down to like 68, 70 degrees, and then transfer it over to the fermenter. Once we got done with that, then of course your next step. Filling it took a little while, but our next step was then of course to add in the yeast. Yeah.
Which we did a pitchable yeast from White Labs.
Yep.
It worked really well for us. Like I said, it was a Belgian triple. You can see Nick pouring it right into the fermenter. And after the yeast is poured in there, we're pretty much at the end of the brewing process at this point. And now we sit and wait. We dry hopped it with Citra.
Yeah, we used both actually.
Citra and Cascade.
Yep.
And dry hopped it with that. It really added the smell that we
we did that process over in the bright tank. So after it was done fermenting, we transferred it over into the bright tank.
Right.
And then went ahead and dry hopped it for I think it was about 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
So,
and I made it longer. Either way,
that nice aroma, that hop aroma. So.
Yep. So then after the beer, it was a couple weeks. It didn't take long because beers get finished a lot quicker than people give them credit. A couple weeks later, we did we released it at the brewery. We had a decent little turnout actually. We had family and friends come out, guys from River Rat roll through, which is pretty cool. Everybody's just real supportive here in Columbia when it comes to the craft beer scene, which is something we really like and appreciate.
We had some people we're friends with on Facebook that are local, and some that aren't quite local.
Right, and some fans
still came out.
Yeah, cool. It was cool. We had a lot of new craft beer drinkers were into it. Because for being an IPA, it's really sweet up front, and it has that white wheat flavor, so it kind of makes up for the bitterness at the end, because it really does have a punch at the end.
Yeah, it's got that dry hop finish on the back of your tongue, especially if you wait a few minutes in between sips.
Yeah, you definitely.
You'll really taste it.
It lingers.
But but it's gone real well. I think we had a great successful kickoff with it, and it's selling really well. You can check it out on Untapped.
Yeah,
it's up on
there.
there.
A lot of people checked it in there. And actually, you can actually take a look at what some people had to say about it.
Yep.
I think it's delicious. I mean, it's smooth. I mean, most IPAs you can't drink a whole bunch of, but this doesn't. The bitterness isn't like overwhelming. You know, I can pretty much.
That's fine.
I think I can keep drinking it. It's a lot of hop flavor. The bitterness is there now. I mean, as I'm drinking it, like it's hitting the back of my tongue a little bit. I think it's extremely flavorful. It's good. Good beer.
Okay. It was really neat to see it from conception to all the way to the liquid product we have in front of us. It's delicious. I love it.
It's got a good spice note on the front. It's not too bitter. It's got a good hop balance to it.
It's awesome. I just told him, I said, I just lost 33 pounds on a diet. If he keeps making beer like this, I'm going to gain it all back. So it's good. If you want to get beer, come get this. Awesome.
So yeah, as you see, people enjoyed the beer.
Yep. Still good.
There's a few places you can get it. You can get growler fills of it at Greens.
Greens, yep.
In Piney Grove.
I believe Total Wine. I want to say Total Wine has.
They either have it or they're gonna have it.
Yeah.
It was on tap at the Flying Saucer here in Columbia, but that burned out pretty quickly.
The Whig.
The Whig's got it. Taps downtown.
Taps. Yeah.
Just kind of just keep an ear out. I mean, as we find out where it's at, we'll obviously post about it on Facebook.
Yeah, and if you're not sure, also like I said, check out Untapped. A lot of people will check it in at different locations, which also gives you a really good idea of where it's still at. So, based on the amount of time that they posted the review. Right now, we're averaging a 3.5 out of 5 on Untapped with our overall.
So that's not bad.
With everybody checking it in and giving their opinions on it. So, definitely get a chance. Yeah, if worst case, if you can't find it anywhere else, it's available at the brewery.
Right, you can always go to Swamp Cabbage Brewery. It's right downtown, 921 Brookwood Drive, I believe it is. I'll fact check it. If it's wrong, I'll put the right one there. Or I'll still put the right one there. And you can always get it at the brewery. It's cool out there, man. They're cool guys. Yeah. They'll give you a tour. You'll see the same facilities that we use to brew the beer. I'm sure if you ask them some questions about our brew there, they'll be more than happy to tell you about the
and they've got a lot of other beers that if you go in there, you can go ahead and get a flight
and try different styles.
They have a chocolate brown. They have
ESB,
a Sable Palm.
Porter, blondes.
Yeah, their Sable Palm is their blonde.
Yeah. They have amber, different styles of beer. I think something for everybody. Their blondes specifically has stood out to me recently, and I'm not a huge blonde fan. But that's pretty much it. We're very thankful for Doug and Ed letting us go out there.
Thank you very much.
Use the facilities. It was an awesome experience. We learned a lot. We're glad we can help bring at least 2 or 3 more people in to get some beer. You know, we're happy to do that, and obviously we've had more than that come in, so we're pretty proud that we're able to facilitate some of that.
Yeah, and special thanks to everybody that's still trying it out there, drinking it, and giving us their initial reaction to it. Friends, family, fans. So it was a great thing.
If you live local, please by all means give it a shot. Contact us if you want to try some. If you don't know how to find a brewery, whatever, any location you got it. If you're from out of town, we'll send you some, man.
Yeah.
We've already got some trades lined up. Maybe to some of our beer review channels that are our friends. Beer King, Drew's Beer Review, stuff like that. Maybe we'll send some out to you guys. Please contact us if you're interested in it at all. If you're a brewery and you're watching, you're interested in making a kick-ass beer with us, we're definitely open to that too. So again, thanks to everybody for the support and for making it a success, and we look forward to doing it more.
Yep.
Cheers.
Cheers.